human, whatever point of life you are in business, ups and downs can come.
Very common.
And if ups and downs come, we should not lose hope out of it.
Like, for example, Elon Musk. How many times did he lose with Tesla?
Yes.
How many times did he lose with a lot of things? But it somehow worked out, right?
So the key is never give up.
Never give up. If you have a dream, just go for it and keep going 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 for it. If you fail, you will fail. But keep going, keep at it, keep at it. That's the only way.
Okay.
You will succeed. It's just a matter of time.
The thing is that you never fear to restart in your life.
No, never.
You never fear.
I've done that too many times.
And you never fear out of it.
No, I don't.
You don't mind
No,
at all.
not at all.
Restart.
Even today.
Boom. Yeah.
No problem.
So with a fresh mind, because now you have a lot of experience. You're not starting from zero.
Right.
Am I correct?
I have a lot of ideas in mind till today.
Yeah. Hi guys, this is your host Zach Hashmi. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today I'm sitting with someone I really respect and owe. He's like my elder brother. Actually, I'm elder in my house, but he's like my elder brother, my mentor. When I came to Denmark like 5 years ago, I met this guy, and he actually hooked me up to a step which made and led the foundation to what I have achieved, alhamdulillah, now in these 5 years. So I was trying to find time out to talk to him, but then, you know, he has to travel in, travel out, and finally I've got him, and I have actually taken some time for him. So let's talk with the guy, Kavi Samtani. Hi, Kavi.
Hi, Zach.
How are you?
Thank you for the great introduction.
No, it is what it is. So
Okay.
How are you today?
Yeah, not bad. Still alive. I'm 51 and still kicking. Yeah.
Great. So guys, like you have seen our previous confab, we're gonna just talk a little about Kavi's life, and then we would like to get all the information which would inspire you and you in your life. If Kavi can do it, why not you?
So can you.
So Kavi, first of all, starting, I would like to know about your 50 years of your life.
51 years.
Yeah, 51 years of your life. By the way, you don't look 51. You know that, right?
Thank you very much. Yes, I know that.
So 51 years of your life, as your childhood, your teenage, your youth, and your season time.
Sure.
So if you can just tell where you were born, what did you do, how you started your life, how many brothers and sisters you had, so anything you would like to tell, please.
Yeah, so I was born in Hong Kong.
Okay.
January 17, 1973. Okay, and then obviously, initially, of course, we stayed in Hong Kong. I stayed in Hong Kong for the first 20 years of my life.
Okay.
Actually, not really 20 years. It was actually the first 15 years of my life, and then we moved to the Philippines.
Okay.
So I finished off my high school in the Philippines.
Okay.
And then at 20, I went back to Hong Kong.
Okay.
And at 20 years old, then I started a business which was into video games.
And so you were studying and working as well?
No. So basically, I finished high school at the age of 17. And then from there, I went back to Hong Kong. And then there was a small point whereby I was in college in Canada, Vancouver.
Okay.
But that didn't work out for me because I was not really interested in
studying
further education. Yeah.
Okay.
So I went back to Hong Kong and then opened up a shop, a retail shop.
Okay.
In a place called Chung King Mansion in Tsim Sha Tsui in Hong Kong.
Okay. And you started your own first entrepreneur business?
Yeah. Perfect. That was my first retail store.
Perfect.
And my father basically was one of the biggest importers of video games in Hong Kong, importing from America and Japan. So we're talking about stuff like Game Boy, Game Gear, Sega Mega Drive, PlayStation 1.
All the consoles.
At that time,
Yeah.
And so he was the biggest importer, so I used to obviously buy from him for my stores, one store that I had at that point in time, and retail.
And we are now in 1990s somewhere?
Yeah, in the 90s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 73, about 93, about 1993,
yeah.
So I did that for maybe about 2 years in the retail store, and then I got a bit bored of retail, so I wanted to go like to what my father was doing, but he was actually importing and distributing to the local wholesale market in Hong Kong.
Okay.
So he was a big importer, by the thousands, and then he distributes them to wholesalers, and then wholesalers either wholesale them again or retail them.
So basically it was B2B business. Your father was buying it from importing it in wholesale and giving it to wholesalers.
Giving it to wholesalers.
And then they retail it.
They
or
retail
wholesale or whatever they do.
Wholesale or whatever they do.
Oh, nice.
So the margins, of course, in retail are a lot more than wholesale.
Of course.
But when you import, let's say, 5,000 PlayStations in one shipment, of course, when you sell it to these wholesalers, and there's a market in Shamshupo in Hong Kong where all these gaming stores are.
Oh.
And they again, of course, distribute it to wholesalers and they retail it in their shops, but there's still a good margin for that, right?
Nice.
So he was doing that, and I got a bit bored doing this retail. But during my 2 years of retailing, I had a lot of customers from Pakistan who used to buy for me to bring back to Pakistan, and again in their stores, wholesale, this, that, whatever they used to do.
Yeah.
And Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And India.
Yeah.
And a few other places. So in this 2 years, I actually got a lot of customers. So I said, I want to stop my retail business and move into an office like my father.
Okay.
So I moved into an office and I had my 7-8 customers, and they used to come from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, wherever, meet me, give me the order.
For the consoles?
Not only consoles, games.
Games.
For the consoles.
For the console. So now you are in the office of your father, or you have another office?
My own office.
You are not. So your father is dealing with consoles?
He's an importer.
Importer for consoles, and you are importer of, I would say, games.
Not importer. So basically what I would do is, of course, consoles I would buy for my father at a very cheap price.
Of course.
And then I have another supplier who's, of course, Chinese. And then he used to sell all kinds of accessories for these games.
Okay.
Machines, consoles.
Okay.
Like we have, at that time in Hong Kong, we had multiple games.
Yeah.
It's like you have 15-1, 16-1, 17-1, Game Boy games, Game Gear games. And then we used to have PlayStation, also multi-games and all kinds of stuff. So, so these games were very sellable, of course. And I had, like I said, about 7 or 8 clients, and they used to come to me every month, right? And of course, consoles for my dad, and accessories and games from my Chinese supplier. Boom, bang, go back.
Ah, nice.
And I, of course, had a credit line for them as well.
Of course.
So they come, they pay back the old bill,
okay,
and they take again, and they go. So basically,
it was in the rolling
my money.
So your shop basically work was...
I closed the shop.
Well, that was 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
And then your office was for how many years did you do that?
Another year.
So another year you did that.
Yeah, and then I got bored again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so I was living in Hong Kong again, got bored. Same thing, So I said, listen, I want to move out now. So let me. I decided at that point. At that point, I had a girlfriend as well, a Nepalese girlfriend, and her name was Ratna, and she then was my girlfriend, and I decided that I'm getting bored and want to move to the States. So I decided,
no kids as of now, just two.
No kids. Yeah, I decided to move to New York. So I moved to New York. Initially stayed with my cousin because I didn't have a flat yet, and then of course I got my flat. Yeah. And we moved into a flat, and then me and Ratna got married.
Okay, in New York.
In New York, yeah. Perfect. And then at the same time, the name of my father's company in Hong Kong was Megabox Hong Kong Limited. So I opened up a Megabox USA Limited.
Okay, so it's a franchise kind of thing.
Yeah, so nice. I had to then apply for L1. It was an L1 business visa.
Or E1?
No, L1.
Okay, L1.
I think it's L1. Yeah, I can't remember. It's too long ago.
Okay.
But yeah, L1, whatever business visa, and opened up the company, and I started trading. So I started importing now from Hong Kong, and distributing to the local retail market in New York City.
Perfect.
And these are not consoles now. I was generally I did some consoles, but not too much. But I did a lot of games, multiple Game Boy games, Game Gear games, this, that.
So these are like CD drives. Games. They are like CD drives.
No, games like the Game Boy games are very small.
Or they're like small consoles.
The Game Boy is a very small console where you put the small
cassette in.
It's a cartridge.
Cartridge in, and then
that's it.
Oh, okay.
So there's a Game Boy normal, black and white. Then there's a Game Boy Color. Then there's a Sega Mega Drive games as well. Then there was PlayStation games as well, which is disc CDs, right?
Okay.
All that kind of stuff, and accessories and joysticks and memory pads and all that kind of stuff.
So were you doing that or through an e-commerce online store? Or you had a store over there, display over there, or from your home?
From home.
Nice.
Yeah, I was operating from home. Business was registered at home, and then all I had to do is go to the retail market.
Okay.
Walk everywhere, all around New York City.
Yeah.
And go store by store and say, listen, I'm a importer from Hong Kong, right? And I have this, that, and the other. And would you be interested? Yes. So I had maybe about, at the end, maybe in a month or so, I maybe had about 30 stores that were buying from me.
Wow.
Yeah, about 30 stores.
So one store a day.